Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this live stream. I'm just moving the camera just to make sure that the lighting is all good. I really enjoy seeing the lamp in the back, but let's see if we can do that. Maybe this is better. So as you can see, I'm starting at 7:03. It's been a nightmare for me to start the live video on the computer, so I'm sure that this is going to be super important, and I'm very excited to be here tonight with you guys. Welcome to my live stream video. Those of you that know me, my name is Pavli. I am a holistic healer. I am focusing in my work on holistic healing, and I have recently started posting daily intuitive messages as well. So please log in if you haven't done so already. And I hope that tonight we are going to be having some fun together. So tonight's stream is all about the shifts that are happening around us at the moment. For those of you that have been following my live videos, you would know that the shifts have been absolutely crazy. It's been really tough, very, very challenging times for us to go through. And so I thought, after speaking to some of my clients today, I thought that it'll be a really good idea to maybe do this live stream, give an opportunity to all of you to ask me questions if you do have some, and also just to explain from my understanding what we are going through collectively as a humankind race. So with regards, I hope that you guys, by the way, I hope that you are comfortable having a drink of your choice. I'm drinking water because I really haven't had any today, so I've got water, but I do hope that you guys are comfortable. And you can see I'm already in my pajamas, so do excuse me, but it's very cold here, so I just want to be comfortable, and I hope that you are too. Let's start. The awakening that we've been going through has been obviously a process, okay? But in the last, I would say maybe 6 to 8 weeks, we've been experiencing really heightened energies. And you can see this on a collective basis. The entire planet has been affected by this. You can see the craziness that is happening in the politics, the crazy stuff that is happening in pharmaceuticals, the fighting that is happening in politics between the different countries, within each country. I mean, it's just been chaos. I can actually call it one word: chaos. And in this, we are on an individual basis trying to navigate our lives. And it's been so tough because the shift that we are going through right now is not what we've experienced ever before on this planet, guys. Awakening happens when our consciousness is opened and when we start to differentiate between our soul and our truth and the ego, the mind. And the mind is here to kind of keep us at a certain level where it's got the grip over us. I call it the grip. And the ego is just trying to keep us very small. You know, our belief system will be very small. Our self-esteem is almost non-existent when the ego has a grip on us, because we then have to do whatever the ego says. And so it almost feels like we keep going through resistance in life, and it becomes very, very challenging for us to break away. And it's called the ego death. It's a very painful process. And for those of you that have been going through that, you know what I'm talking about. And you know why I say that it's a very difficult process, is because we are brought up believing that ego is us. Okay, that the belief system of the society around us, of the family, the programming that we've been brought into, the limiting beliefs that our family carries is what is our truth. And slowly, as we start to awaken, we realize that this is not the case. We start to differentiate between what is kind of our society and the family's belief system and what we actually believe in. And when we realize this to the point where we can no longer follow what is not true to us, we have to shed that is creating the belief system, and that is the ego, that is the mind. And so when we do that, we have to go through this internal process, the absolute turmoil, because we then end up going against our family, against our family's belief system. We go against what the society dictates. We almost like rebel against the rules that the society, the government, the politicians are implying on us, because we know that it no longer feels true to us. And so, I've always felt like I was the black sheep in my family. And now I kind of understand why. But I never did before. And I would question, what is wrong with me? Why can't I be just happy, with whatever I'm told? Why can't I just listen? And now I know that it's because I always kind of felt deep down that it wasn't my truth and that that's not what I wanted. And the spiritual awakening has been happening, obviously, throughout the whole process of the planet Earth and the project the game, call it whatever you want to. But the project that we've been here for, so it's what now, 2,000 years, whatever, 3,000 years. And we've been given certain time here to make sure that we are going through the awakening and we are realizing what our truth is. And this time has been running out and we haven't been listening. So a lot of things have intensified. And because we're still not listening now, the time came where we really have to make a decision. We really have to choose what we are going to experience or what we are going to create going forward. And the last 6 weeks have been crucial in this awakening time, because I call it like an earth school, okay, where we come here and we learn and we do it over and over again. For those of you that resonate with reincarnation, we keep reincarnating back and keep evolving, keep doing more and more and more lessons until we reach a certain level of consciousness, a certain level of awareness, and therefore the awakening is kind of complete. But at the moment, the earth has been going through what I would call a rapid awakening. Okay, and that is when everything intensifies. And the awakening that could have happened over, let's say, 20 years, I'm just putting up numbers, guys, don't take me seriously, but over 20 years has now been accumulated down into 2-3 months. Because we've run out of time, guys, already. We've been so lazy and we have been refusing to do this awakening and do the really deep ego work, the deep self-work that we need to do as part of the awakening. And most of us have been going through finishing off certain level of our journey. So I can say like finishing a primary school. And this time, has now been the time of writing the exams. And when you're writing an exam at the end of primary school, or maybe not even at the end of the primary school, but when you are trying to get to a high school, you need to write kind of a big exam, right? To say, okay, I've completed primary school now, and now I'm ready for the next one, right? Next level up. And the exam is not just from your last grade. It's not just from grade 7. It is from the entire primary school, guys. And that is why the last 2 months have been absolutely crucial and so intense. Okay, because everything that you've learned over the last period, whatever that period is for you guys, it might be different. For some of you, it might be 5 years. For some of you, it might be 10 years. For some of you, it might be 20 years. It doesn't matter. The point is that right now, you are in the process of writing that important exam to get to the high school, next level of this awakening journey. And so every single lesson that you guys have completed in the last whatever years of the primary school. You now have to rewrite that exam to pass, to finally say, I am done. This is it, guys. I no longer want this. Going forward into high school, I don't want to be learning that stuff because I've already done it. Why am I going to be repeating myself over and over again, right? So when you leave it behind, that lesson never has to come again, guys. Can you hear that? That lesson that you completed in your primary school successfully will never have to come back again. So I'll talk about myself. So if my big lesson, I'm going to talk about the big lesson, has been self-love and self-worth. If I now, in the turmoil of the 2 months, will go back to the same patterns of self-doubt, of not trusting my judgment, not putting myself first, allowing people to take advantage of me, doing only what people allow me to do rather than speaking up for what I want, if I will only accept crumbs rather than the full meal, then I haven't learned the lesson. And I will have to repeat this lesson again. And I might not be able to move to the high school because I still have things in primary school that I haven't fully completed. And so when you say, well, I'm ready to now graduate and I'm ready to move onwards with this awakening journey, you give the universe the approval to give you the final exam. Now, the final exam is Math, English, Afrikaans. It is your NS, your EMS, your history, geography, all of these subjects at once, right? And so you start to feel super overwhelmed with what is happening around you because it's no longer focusing only on one thing. It is now coming from every single direction, guys. Behind, you can't even see it coming, from the side, from your loved ones, from your partner, from your work. It's coming from the bottom. It's coming literally from everywhere, to the point where you start to feel like jumping out of the bridge might be a good idea. Tell me if you have been feeling like this over the last 6 weeks, guys. Please say it, guys. Send me a comment. Say me. That's definitely me, Pavli. So that I also know that this is resonating with you guys, that you are on the same board with me. Please let me know. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. If you do have anything that you would like to add, anything you would like to clarify about your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening, please post it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I'm not quite sure how to access the comments, but I'm hoping that I will see it somewhere on the screen. Okay, so while everything is so intense, or maybe why is everything so intense? Well, it's because in this moment, you've already learned that lesson. And guys, please listen up. This is really, really important. If you take anything out of this video, the next few minutes is it. You've already learned that lesson. You've already been through the difficulty within individual cases, right? With individual things that you needed to learn. And can everybody hear me properly? Let me know. I have just upped the volume. Please let me know if everybody can hear me. And I don't know if this is the... I don't know if this is now done. I don't know. Please let me know if you are able to send me comments. Okay, let me know. I don't know if you guys are trying to reach me and I'm not able to see your messages. Hopefully that's not the case. But maybe, Caitlin, I know you are watching. If you can maybe just send me a message, maybe try to do some comment, maybe hi. And then I'll see if I'm receiving that from you. Otherwise, send me a message on WhatsApp and then I can see. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm really just not sure if this is working or not. I wanted to do it on the computer and the computer has completely failed me today. So I'm not sure if I'm able to access you guys. And I'm sure that some of you will have some questions. So with regards to the intensity and why everything is so intense at the moment is because you've already completed that lesson. You've already learned, supposedly, you've already learned whatever you needed to learn. And so this test is absolutely easy. Makes no sense? I know. But hear me out, guys. All we have to do right now in this moment is to just choose. That's all we have to do, is to choose. We don't have to do absolutely anything else, guys. Because if you've done the learning already, you do not need to now, in the 2 months, learn everything all over again. The lessons might seem the same, the intensity might seem the same. However, you are definitely not in the same place, guys. You just have to choose to no longer go through this, no longer choose this life that you've lived before you learned that lesson, going forward with you. Does it make sense? I really don't know if you guys can. There are comments. You should have got them. Okay, well, I don't, guys. How do I access the comments? Oh, I'm so sorry. Facebook upgraded me to the next level now, whatever that means, and I don't know how to access your comments. Oh, okay, well, I'm so sorry, guys. Please keep posting your comments. I will respond after the video. Make sense? Okay, I really don't know how to access it now, so anyway, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. That is kind of a failure from Facebook, so I do apologize. So keep posting your questions, keep posting your comments. I will go through them afterwards, and then I will respond to every single one of you. So you will have your answer and your response in the comments. Okay, so please do so, guys. What I was saying is that you just have to choose. It's that simple. And yet, guys, making that choice is the most difficult thing you will ever have to do in this graduation process. Okay? Because if my lesson was self-worth, I will now have everybody around me and everything around me trying to make me feel that I am not worthy. What does that mean? That means that if I haven't completed that lesson, I can fall back into the trap. And I can again start to doubt myself. I can question myself all over again. Until I realize, hold on, I've done this before, haven't I? I've been here before and I've already dealt with this. What is this? What is this voice that is telling me that I'm not good enough? What is this voice that is again trying to convince me that I'm not gonna manage this, that I'm not gonna make this? How is this possible? And the following question is crucial. Is this voice true or is it not? Is it the ego trying to make me believe that again I have no self-worth, even though now I know that I do, right? Because I've worked on it. I've done the hard work. I've been through the hardship of trying to release, heal, all of those things. And eventually I've done it. And when you realize that this is your ego just trying to make you feel and make you go backwards in your awakening journey, you just have to say thank you, because you know at that moment that you are very likely to succeed. Because if the ego is coming at you with this intensity, that means that you are a very good student and you are this close from conquering and moving upwards, upgrading in your frequency. Isn't that amazing, guys? Isn't that exciting? I really miss your comments. So, if that is how close you are, the ego is going to try everything in its power to hold you back. And so when you notice, when you have that awareness, when you have that realization that this is just your ego trying to sway you back into the old belief system, you just have to say, I'm not doing that again, because I've done that already. And I am now ready for the new life that I've worked so hard for. I am now ready to conquer this and move up in the awakening journey. And it's so exciting. And at this moment, that choice that you make needs to come from inside, and it needs to come from your entire being. And I'll give you an example that happened to me over the last couple of weeks. So some of you that have been closely watching my journey, that have been kind of part of my social media for a while, you would know that I've been having quite an intense work on my relationship with money. And I've learned very, very important things, which I am going to be teaching others as well. So there is a course that is coming up very soon on how to make money your friend, because that's pretty much what it is. It's a frequency, and we either choose it or we reject it. Okay, that's all it is. And I've done what I would call an incredible work over the last, and don't laugh, guys, over the last 9 years. So I know it took me a very long time, but nevertheless. And I finally felt, beginning of this year, that I've done it. And now I've moved to the next level, right? I shifted my energy and abundance was coming to me, and it was quite easy. And I felt at ease with money. My relationship with money felt easy. You know, I wasn't millionaire or anything like that. I mean, I still can't buy the car that I really want, but my life was no longer a struggle on a daily basis. And then came May, and May was still incredible. And June hit, and everything went, and I had very few sessions. I had no house cleansings. I went through this thing where all of a sudden money became scarce again. And because I've learned to navigate these shifts for me, so I noticed that something is not right, and I was like, ooh, okay. But in that moment, the intensity of the emotions that I felt, and some of you that have been watching my videos, my daily intuitive guidance, you would have known that I had the moments in which I was literally crying. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You know, this feels so intense. And it kind of escalated last week with the full moon that we had on Thursday. And eventually, yesterday morning, I woke up with this incredible anxiety, the really strong panic of, oh my God, I'm never going to make this. You know, this is hard and life is so hard and, And I very quickly realized that wasn't me anymore. That wasn't actually true to myself. That was my ego trying to persuade me that I haven't learned my lesson yet, and I need to go right back into being really poor and having scarcity in my life, and that I don't deserve a better life for myself. And as soon as I realized it, I was like, ooh, okay, well, that's interesting. But I no longer choose that. I don't want that life anymore. I've lived it. I've lived it for many, many years. I don't want it. I want more for myself because I deserve more. I don't have to work harder to get it. I am good enough to get it. And as soon as I realized it, I went into what is a very quick way to shift my own emotions, my own frequency. And I listened to these affirmations from someone that I really resonate with. Well, I only listened to two affirmations from him, but they both work and they both are slightly different. And I immediately started listening to them. And within the first 3 affirmations, I could feel the shift and the lightness returning back again, because I knew that that is my truth. I am abundant is my truth. I vibrate with the frequency of wealth. That's my truth. Having no money, not being able to make it in life, not being able to pay my rent, that is no longer my truth. And the shift within my energy happened instantly, guys, because I chose for what the ego was bringing into my space. I chose for that to no longer be my truth. And so I hear you, and I think some of you might be having these thoughts at the moment of, oh yeah, but I do that, I keep choosing and I say that I'm going to do this now and I'm going to have that and, I'm worthy of this. It doesn't come from here, and it definitely doesn't come from here, guys. It needs to come from here. You must feel the shift. You must feel the energy of, I want this new life. I want how it feels. I want the ease with it. I want the love. I want the relationship. I want the new job, because that is where I belong. I want that energy that it gives me, that I feel when I think about it. Makes sense? I want to say, let me know, but even if you do, I don't know. But anyway, it's so weird to be doing this video and not having access to you guys. Makes sense? Are you getting this, guys? This is so profound because it is so easy. It's right in front of us. But it's probably one of the most difficult things that we will need to do in this transition period, is to choose the better, the new, the bigger, the greater, whatever it is that you want to choose for yourself. That is all that you have to do, is to choose. I'd like to do a little bit of a practical exercise with you if you are up for it. Now, I can't communicate with you, so this is a little bit different, but we're going to try this anyway. And then you can put it in comments if it did agree with you, if it resonated with you, what you felt, what shifted within you. Let's try this, guys. Okay. Take a deep breath in and start feeling your body relaxing a little bit. Close your eyes if you can. You can place your left hand on your heart space. Just feel the energy coming from your left hand into your heart. Maybe there is warmth. Feel it expanding into the rest of your body while you are breathing slowly. And I'd like you to imagine that you are in the room with 2 mirrors. They are the length of you, looking identical. There is no different lighting on each of the mirror. that can maybe make the image look a little bit better. And in this moment, I'd like you to walk into the first mirror. And I want you to see your old self. The self that was at the beginning stages of learning your lessons in this part of your awakening. Maybe it is part of you that is hurting. Maybe it is part of you that feels unworthy of love, unworthy of happiness. Maybe it is part of you that was struggling with substance. Perhaps you were allowing toxic behavior. Whatever it is, guys, just look at that person reflecting back at you from the mirror. Notice how this person makes you feel. There is no judgment here, guys. We are observing. I don't even want your compassion for this person because there is nothing wrong. This person was just completing a lesson. The person was exactly where they were meant to be in their journey. Just observe, what is this person wearing? What is coming out from their eyes? Connect with them through the eyes. Look deeply into their soul. Just observing. Feel their emotions. Feel how their emotions is making you feel in this moment. Does it make you feel small? Does it make you crouch? Does it make you bow your head because it's heavy? Does it make you feel sorry for the person? Just observe. With the next deep breath in, I'd like you to step away and move a little bit to the side, standing now in front of the second mirror. And in this mirror, I want you to see the future you. The one that has been working on those lessons, that have completed those lessons, and is now reaping the rewards. What is this person looking like? What is he or she wearing? How do they make you feel? If you connect with their eyes, what do you see? What is deep in their soul? Is it a sorrow? Is it hardship? Is it pain? Or is it joy, happiness, ease? Is it trust, unwavering trust? Connect with the emotions coming out of this person. What does that feel like, guys? What emotions can you pick up? And how do these emotions make you feel? Do you stand taller? Do you smile ear to ear because life is just so great? Or do you have this peace within you because everything is as it's supposed to be? And you finally have all that you've ever wanted. Life is no longer scary. You can celebrate life. What kind of emotions can you pick up from this person? Now, I would like you to turn around and walk away, maybe 3 to 5 steps away from the mirrors. Still holding your hand to your heart and really exploring within your body, your mind, your soul, which of those images did I like more? And be mindful, guys, that there is no right or wrong answer. The second mirror doesn't have to be better for you than the first. If you still need to finish off that lesson, that mirror might speak to you a little bit more. The emotions you were feeling when you stood in front of the first mirror might be the emotions that you feel more connected to, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that, guys. But you have to know and be honest with yourself. And deep inside of you, I want you to choose what you believe is the right mirror for you. What you believe is the mirror that you need right now in this moment. And you turn around and you walk towards that mirror and you claim what is in the mirror. Be proud of completing the lesson if that is what you need, knowing that that is what you're going to be doing, completing your lesson so that you can shift to the next level of the awakening. Or claim the second mirror and really feel the emotions that come out of it. Embrace that person. Allow that feeling within your body to spread. Allow the feeling in your body to become part of you. And when you feel it with every part of your body, you can gently open your eyes and come back to me. Observe for a moment how you are feeling. And remember, there is no judgment, there is no right or wrong. There is just right now, this moment. You know, this awakening journey is different for every single one of us. But I think collectively we can now feel that the shift is really happening. And we can feel it from each other, and we kind of feed off each other's emotions. And so it can feel very overwhelming. And that's okay. But I think it is important to acknowledge that for yourself when you are feeling overwhelmed, and find someone that can help you with it. Whether it'll be a family member you can talk to, whether it will be your spouse, your partner, whether it will be your friend, whether it will be a coach or a healer that you go to, or maybe someone you just found. Reach out to them, guys. Don't stay alone with those emotions. Share them with someone that can just offer you an ear, a shoulder to cry on, so that you can allow yourself to feel the emotions in a safe space. And just remember what I said today. You just have to choose. So whatever that your next shift is trying to test you on, just remember that you've already learned that. And you don't have to go back into it. You know, I had a very quick conversation with a client of mine today. And it was beautiful, the way that it was shown to me. And I want to share it with you because I think it's important for you to kind of know how easy it should be to lift that. You know, when you are going through the turmoil and whatever it is that you want, you can see it with clarity in front of you. And then what happens is when the ego starts to play with it and when the ego starts to block it for you, it creates what I call the sandstorm. Right? So here is the clarity. Here is the thing that I'm seeing in front of me. This is what I want. I want my abundance. I want my self-love, whatever it is. And here is the sandstorm. Now I can focus on the sandstorm and be completely sucked in, which means that I'm going to start doing this, right? And everything around me is going to start doing this. Or I can really focus on what I'm seeing beyond the sandstorm, even if it's not as clear as it was before. But if I keep focusing on that, then I can walk through the sandstorm without being drawn in, without needing to go into the turmoil of it. I can just keep focusing on one. You know what this is like? This is like when you are trying to stand on one leg, right? If you're standing on one leg and you're looking around, you're going to fall, guys. Nobody can do this, right? But if you focus on one thing in front of you, a dot on the floor or a tree in front of you, whatever it is, if you focus on the one thing, you can go into the one leg stand. You can even go in front. You can do a little bow because you found your space of stillness. Make sense? And so all you have to do during this incredible extreme turmoil that we've been going through, you just have to find the point of stillness. And that is you. That is the version of you that has learned those lessons already. He or she is the point, the steady point for you, because that is who you are across the sandstorm. So if you keep focusing on you and you keep choosing that you, whatever that is, there is no ways that the storm, the ego, can lure you back into the storm. Makes sense? I really hope it does, guys. I'm really devastated about the comments. Oh, you can probably feel it from me. I just really want to communicate with you right now, but anyway, it's just not happening. So I hope that this video resonated with you. I really hope that you found it useful, that it brought some sort of clarity for you guys. I am so grateful to be sharing my experiences with you, to be able to guide you through what I've been through personally as well. So I do hope that this resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comments. I am gonna take the next 15 minutes just to respond to everybody. And if you have any questions you might not want to be sharing here on this platform, reach out to me privately. If you want to book a session with me, please do so. I strongly recommend that you do, actually, because this is really a difficult time at the moment. So if it's not with me, find somebody else or go to somebody that you are used to that can just help you unpack a little bit. Maybe bring you back to yourself, release all the heaviness, all the crazy emotions that might be feeling so overwhelming that you can't really see yourself beyond the sandstorm that we are going through at the moment on this earth. So I do hope that you found it useful, and thank you so much for sharing your evening with me. Take care.